All right, welcome to Night Freaks. How you doing? My name is Grady George. I promised a night show tonight to complement my morning show. That's what I'm trying to do this whole week. I'm trying to do a morning show and a night show. This is the first time I've been able to accomplish that. I am drinking from Jack in the Box raspberry flavored Coke, which, if you haven't had it, it's pretty good. Anyway, how are you guys doing tonight? I am taking calls if anyone wants to call in. The StreamYard link is pinned in the Grady George channel. but so how are you guys doing tonight? Yeah, I pretty much after my show today, I went to sleep and I just woke up. Maybe a couple of hours ago. So the thing about this schedule is there's not a lot of time to like try to dig up, and research topics to talk about on Night Freaks. So I think I'm going to try to turn Night Freaks primarily into sort of a panel show that maybe only goes for like an hour to 2 hours. And then I'll have the rest of the night to work on Your Morning Turns to Darkness, and then I can drop that at 6 a.m. live. The time periods, though, are so fringe, and that's kind of the point. Um, because there's not a lot of material going on in these hours, and because of that, there's not a lot of viewers online because they expect there to be nothing here. So I'm hoping that if I could do a very early morning show and I could do a moderately late night show on the East Coast. I mean, it's still pretty early on the West Coast, that I can get something going here. But yeah, I am trying to do 2 live shows per day. My uploads have taken a backseat right now. The move to live has not been a very good move so far for me. I mean, my lives get very few views for the amount of time that I put into them. So again, I should maybe like focus on the uploads, but like none of my, I mean, at the Tubi, I mean it does okay, but it doesn't do that great for the amount of time I have to put into that. I mean, one of those at the Tubies takes me all fucking day to make. The Grady TVs are not that hard, but they're pretty time extensive as well. I mean, if I do an interview, it usually takes me like a whole day to do the editing of the whole entire video. So I'm trying to figure it out. But for tonight, I thought I would look at some more Botanica kind of stuff. I was interested in Mormo had said he banged a Botanica chick one time. I was interested in hearing more about that. But I don't know if he's around tonight. Well, hey, Mormozine, how you doing? You be into calling in, talking about your experience with the Botanica girl? Because I have some questions. You didn't bring that up during the Grady TV. And I'm also interested in hearing more about the Bakersfield Devil because it sounds like you have a lot of experience with this kind of stuff. So you would be probably a good partner as I look around. Because the guy that I want, he hasn't contacted me again, Yeah, Mormo, take your time. I got plenty of time. The guy I want hasn't contacted me, so I need to try to find somebody that will do it. My mother-in-law is coming here, I think, tomorrow, or so I want to go Saturday, and it's about to turn to Friday. My mother-in-law, by the way, very funny. I think you guys will enjoy her if this ends up going down. You know what I mean? Like I said, she almost streamed with Elisa, and I thought that would have been pretty good. In fact, I know for a fact that would have been good. You know what I mean? but it didn't go down. So now I'm trying to like, I'm gonna like prop her up here on my channel and see if she likes it. I feel like she should be a live streamer. She goes around to like a lot of these like real hood parties and stuff, and she wouldn't mind whipping out her camera and just filming everybody. Probably with a speaker around her neck, as long as you guys are paying her. Hey, Adam S., how you doing, man? Great to see you tonight. Yeah, what I'm doing, Adam, is I'm trying to do 2 live shows a day. So I've been doing my morning show, and now I'm trying to do Night Freaks too. I literally just woke up like 1 hour ago. I went down to Jack in the Box and got a raspberry Coke, and I'm still waking up. I don't even know what the hell's going on. So I haven't been able to. My goal is to do 2 lives a day. I want to do a night show and a morning show because I can't figure out which one I want to do. And I've figured out this routine that I can get into where I could do both. But the thing of it is, I don't have any time really to do much pre-production on Night Freaks. So my plan is I want this to be more like a call-in show. So, I'm going to rely on the audience for help with with what we're talking about here. Because and then after this, I'm just going to work all night long on Your Morning Turns to Darkness, and hopefully I'll have a pretty good show for that. If any of you are ever up or not up in the morning, and I would still encourage you to check out the morning show, if you're just like driving around in your car, you want something to listen to. It's a very podcasty. You don't really have to watch it. I try to read all the comments and all that. My first girlfriend worked at Jack in the Box. Come home smelling of it. Yeah. Did that turn you on though? We like, oh yeah, because you were just like, that was your first girlfriend, so I bet you didn't give a fuck. You were like, bring me some of that Jack in the Box putani, baby. Yeah, put some of those curly fries up on that. But yeah, I think nowadays though, after you've had it, for a while, that Jack in the Box thrill wears off real fast. So I'm going to bring this up here. And so I'm just looking up Botanica on YouTube right now. I'm hoping to find interesting. Hold on.
Okay, first thing I saw when I walked in here, first of all, you're dealing with heaviness. Why you're dealing with that, bro, it's obvious. There's 2 Botanicas in this spot. We pulled up to a shopping center. They actually have 2 Botanicas. For those that don't know, a Botanica is a witchcraft store. This is where a lot of people who practice Santeria and Voodoo, Palo Mayambe, different forms of Caribbean witchcraft. It's a witchcraft store for Caribbean people. This is like the epicenter of witchcraft. Like, this is where people come to get their items, their statues, their evil eyes, their crystals, and they even bless it. They'll do a ritual over it, and then you pay a certain amount, and then you wear the bead around your neck, and you're supposed to be blessed. Really, what it is, it's idolatry, and what they're doing is a ritual over it so that the demon will have a demonic atmosphere around that necklace, which is wrapped around your neck, so that demon will start trailing you and being with you everywhere you go, until that demon eventually will actually enter you. So we're gonna go in there and we're gonna expose it.
Wait a minute. Is this guy trying to say that I'm going to somehow get the demon attached to me for doing this? I don't think so. Ben Pie is getting it straight up his ass. Believe me. I've kind of looked into it. I'm pretty confident.
As you guys can see right here, I believe this is Chango, and that comes from Santeria. As you guys can see, this is a mermaid. Oh, look at that, Saint Lazarus. Over here, you got different pots. And I think they put the money there as a sacrifice as a sacrificial offering. But when it comes to Santeria and Voodoo and stuff like that, there's actually a different spirit that they worship behind it. In Haitian Voodoo, the name of the spirit is Legba. And Legba is supposed to be the gatekeeper. He holds the keys.
Maybe I should go with this instead. You know, which one do you think would be more scary for Ben? This voodoo, the
Um,
real voodoo, or the Santa Muerte?
So what they do is they have the statue, but they worship the actual deity behind it, and they do sacrifices onto it. The reason they do that is because when the French, Spanish, and English, when they came, when they went to the Caribbean, they brought Catholicism. And when they forced Catholicism on the Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Dominicans, they made them bow down to these Catholic saints. And these Africans and Latinos, what they already had, the Tainos, they already had their gods they were worshiping. And so what they did is they worshiped their God behind the saints because they had to be obedient. But then eventually there was revolutions like in Haiti, and the French were overtaken. And what they did is they kept the
I don't know. What do you think about all this, Mormo? I mean, you've got some experience in the subject.
I love it. I think it's fascinating. I think it's really smart to try and break that curse you were talking about.
Yeah, me too. And if I can, if it's not too much, I'm going to try to get rid of the Bakersfield Devil for you.
Baker City Devil Master. It's
Okay.
Baker City.
Now, what's the story on that?
That's the game store guy when I had a nervous breakdown in Baker City.
Do you suspect he was using Santa Muerte or any of the
Satanic
Botanica?
magic, definitely. Satanic magic.
Yeah, I had, like I said, somebody cursed me, and I didn't really believe it. But like, I don't know. All of a sudden, a bunch of bad shit started happening to me, and it won't stop. You know?
Yeah, for sure. It can't hurt. I don't think it can hurt anything, you know what I mean, to get blessed or get a circle of protection or anything. The woman that I was with ran a Botanica in San Diego, but she was a white lady and she practiced like European witchcraft and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, so I've never even seen a white Botanica with European witchcraft. I've only ever seen the Hispanic kind.
Yeah, there was both, and I liked shopping at both, but this one was a white lady, and she had called herself a white witch actually, and I used to trade weed for tarot card readings and stuff like that from her and buy stuff at her shop and everything.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So how did you end up working your way in?
We met on MySpace, if you can believe that.
Oh yeah.
I
So
think
you,
I,
so
I
you
think
met
it was
her.
because I had a car because I had a car.
So you met her on there before you went to the Botanica, or you had already been going to the Botanica?
Before.
Oh, okay. And were you like, do you think maybe she put any curses on you or anything like that?
No, I'm on good terms with her, definitely.
Okay, cool. Have you ever tried to reach out to her to see if she could help you with the Baker City Devil?
I never
Or
have, actually. That's a good point. I probably should.
I think if somebody was live streaming one of these things, I think that would be a big cash cow.
Yeah, definitely. I would I like I was trying to tell you, you should try and do a reversal spell and get the curse sent back.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, but I can't. I don't know the lady's full name. I just know her name is Lupe.
Oh.
But I don't know if it matters because probably whoever sent it to me is attached to the curse, right? So they can probably just like send it right back.
Yeah, I would think so. It costs more to do it that way, but I think it could be worth it, you know.
My question is though, couldn't they just send it back to me if I sent it back to them? Like if I just got rid of it, they would never even know I got rid of it. But if some
Oh, that's
bad
true
sh-
because you plan on broadcasting it and putting it on
Yeah.
YouTube and everything. So she could do like a super duper curse on you now if she finds out that you were reversing the curse or anything. Maybe you should just break the curse and not try and send it back.
Yeah, I feel like trying to send it back is like a bad omen. But my bad omen is I'm going to curse that guy from Drunken Peasants, Ben
Right on.
Ben Pie.
I don't know him.
Oh, he's a jerk off, man.
Yeah, I kind of wish you would have requested a price. I think he might have gotten back to you sooner if you would have asked about cost.
Well, I thought about calling him, but I don't know. He didn't respond to the email.
It could be he never
I don't think
translated it or something. Maybe it's a translation issue.
if you go in their shop, there's a lot of anti-white people stuff, you know. But I don't know if that's just for people that have a problem with a white person, or if they, inherently have problems with white people. I don't know.
Yeah, those shops carry stuff for every walk of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know I don't know how they feel. Because dude, there's a. You can look this up. You guys like true crime and all that shit, right? There was like a University of Texas guy down here in Texas, and this was like back in the 90s. So he went over. There's like Matamoros or something. There's like a little bridge you can cross to go over there and party or whatever down in Mexico, over here in Texas. So he went over there, and when they were coming back, he was like, because people leave their cars on the U.S. side, and they take this bridge over on foot. So he was with all his friends walking back on this bridge, and they turn around, and he's fucking gone. They can't find him. Well, turns out he was kidnapped by one of these Santa Muerte cults. And by the way, I don't want to put it all on Santa Muerte. I'm going to say it was like a Santa Muerte type cult. I don't know if it was more of a voodoo type cult or something, but it was definitely down in Mexico, and I'm not sure exactly what they were doing. But they have these very powerful spells they do, and they need the bones of Caucasian people.
Oh, wow.
To perform them. So this cartel guy paid like $100,000 for this ritual to be performed. And they needed like a white person. So they kidnapped this guy from UT. He was like a pre-med student. And there happened to be a federal informant during the ritual.
Oh, wow.
That was in the group. And so they know exactly what happened to the guy because this informant told them. So these guys were like grinding up bones, and they put this shit all over their face in the bone dust. So then they had this guy drugged, and they wake him up, and they're like all around him chanting with these like just bone dust all over their face and shit. And then they sacrificed him. And what they said they did to him was like horrible. It was like the most brutal fucking shit I ever heard in my life. And then what they would do was they would they would tie like a wire around your neck, and they would bury you like standing up in the ground.
Wow.
And then after like a while, they would come by, and they would like take that wire, and they would pull it up, and they would have like a full backbone. And they would make these.
Damn.
They would make these backbone necklaces out of their spines, and they would sell it to these cartel guys because it had like the most powerful thing or whatever. But yeah, I know they have some spells for like some white people. I know they have like spells for like albino black people and stuff like that, because I know over in Africa they're always kidnapping these albino black people because they think they have magic power in their bodies.
It's fascinating. I really enjoyed that stream the other night, and it's a great subject for sure.
I think I heard this story. Yeah, you probably have. There's a lot of documentaries on YouTube about it. I would recommend, if you're unfamiliar with the story, just look up like UT Student Voodoo Cult, Texas. It's pretty fucked up, man, but it's horrifying. It's like horrifying. If it actually happened to somebody, man. Like if I watched that in a movie, I would, just be like, shitting my pants. There was that chapter YouTube video where they said the more they made you fear the killer. Yeah, that chapter did do one on that. I think I did watch that one. But I think there's even better ones than his because his is like very quick. His videos are very quick. I really think there's like a 2-hour documentary I saw that was just fucking. I had like a lot more detail, went more into the informant and all that.
The more you fear, the more they're in control. Wow.
It might have been a different satanic Mexican cult. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like everybody kind of lumps everything in with Santa Muerte, so I'm not sure. When I go to these stores, they don't bat an eye that I'm there. You know what I mean? Although I've never seen another white person there, but they don't. They're not like, oh, this is a white guy. I'm not going to sell to you or treat me like shit or anything like that. You know?
I
I just
made
that.
sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I made a feature-length video about hiring witches on Fiverr to cast spells.
Oh yeah. When did you? Recently or back in the day?
Pretty recently.
Okay, I'm gonna like check that out because that's what I was kind of going to do tonight. I was going to look around, but I don't know. I don't know if I want witches. You know what I mean? Like, I want some like. I feel like this person was using Santa Muerte on me, so I feel like I need to get like a Santa Muerte person.
Like,
Take it off of me.
don't spend too much, but I would suggest going to multiple people if you can. That like
Yeah.
when I used to call it stacking witches, and it's like getting multiple witches on casting spells and shit. That's when it really takes off.
Yeah, my thing is like I probably am not going to do it if it's in private. Like the whole point of me wanting to do it is I want to film it and post it, you know. But I don't know if I can get people to agree to that because you know they're very serious about what they're doing. They may think I'm making fun of it because I'm not like a believer or whatever. But I mean, someone really did tell me they cursed me with that, and I kind of wanted. I'd like to just try it and see if it works, you know. But they may say like, well, if you're not like a worshiper, it's not going to work or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how they feel about that.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I guess there's got to be people who are just desperate and willing to try anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could be their customers and stuff. People who are like just at their wits' end or whatever, you know.
Mormo did the Break the Devil Man's Curse Stacking Witches last year, I think. He filmed the response. Oh, so you actually already did that?
Yeah, a little while ago.
So, but you don't feel like you got any success from it?
Yeah, I did actually. I think
you did?
Helped. Yeah, but I was too cheap to get the reversal, and I still regret that to this day.
Hey, sexies. Hey, curly jaws. Go ahead and call in if you would like. I mean, if you want to.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out. We're talking about botanicas and curses and shit. But if they hate white people, then take your money and really curse you. That's what I'm talking about, man. They may already the guy might have like came and looked at my show talking about him and already fucking cursed me, man. But I don't think I said anything bad about him, but you know, I feel like maybe that, you know, some people are like, what if this guy's got like the temperament of Minnie Manson or something? Like, I'm fucked, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just contacted like a Minnie Manson type Botanica guy that's going to, you know, ride on my ass because he didn't like how I talked about him in my YouTube video.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay, Curly Jaws, that's cool. I forgot you work at nights. I mean, they could have done nothing and it would freak you out depending on how someone said it. Well, that's what I'm like. Part of it is like, to me, the way it could work is just that maybe it's just from having this done subconsciously. Like maybe I've been fucking with myself somehow, subconsciously thinking I'm cursed, right?
Right.
Maybe if I do this and I actually feel like I've done something to lift this curse, maybe subconsciously I'll start doing something better, or maybe I'll just have a better outlook, which will change. To me, everything's about perspective. You know, my situation is not as bad as some people's. You know what I mean? But my perspective of the situation is just very dire. You know, and dark. But I would say like I wonder what's going on with JJ. Have you found out like exactly what's going on with him? I saw his little video saying. I mean, I would say probably what's going on with JJ is worse than what I got going on. You know what I mean? But I don't know that for
Yeah,
a fact.
I
But
got no idea. I think I saw a video today too, but I already forgot what was on it.
I felt like in his video he seemed kind of distressed. He was just like basically telling people to leave him alone. You know, he's not going to be around for a couple days. You know, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
He didn't say leave me alone, but I felt like that was why he posted the video. You know, like because people keep asking about him. So he just
Yeah,
like posted something
I think
to
I tagged him a couple times and
think JJ is having a live stream at 1 a.m. tonight.
oh wow.
That would be badass if he is.
Yeah, we could all jump on that.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, so I'm just gonna look here and see if we can find some stuff. Hold on.
And the best way is probably do it yourself. Like you could order a book and do it yourself, but like sometimes it's just more convenient to just outsource stuff like that, you know?
Now here's a black lady saying Botanicas is a no-no for black people. Let's see what that.
This is for you John the Conqueror motherfuckers. This is for you Mojo Bad. This is for you Rose of Jerusalem. This is for you Holy Water people. This is for you Bay Leaf people. This is for your Sage people. This is for your Spiritual Water people.
I haven't heard anything about white people yet.
This is for
Yeah.
your Santos people. This is for the oils with all the oils and shit people and the herbs. This is for the people that go in there and get that damn thing. I think it's called a bullseye, whatever, some little rock that you put in a mojo bag when you go to court. Everything's supposed to turn everything around. This is for you motherfuckers. This is for you motherfuckers that go and buy them fucking sprays that kill the ozone layer and shit. That's what I'm talking about. You know, this is for the motherfuckers black people who go into the botanicas or these mystical stores, buy hella candles between $1,000 and $2,000, and then you see a whole roll of candles, and then the first thing the person say, do you want me to dress them? And then they'll put some damn castor oil in there or whatever colorful oil in it with some damn sprinkles, or get one of them dry ass herbs or bags of herbs hanging that's been hanging for 365,000 years, talking about they're dressing your candles and shit. This is for the motherfuckers that go and get candles done and then get a skull candle, then they open a hole surrounding the candle and then lift up the head, and then they dump the seeds and whatever else and herbs up in there, talk about that they working on your brain. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about the black people when they don't fuck with other black people to get spiritual advice, but they will sure go to a Korean, they would sure go to a white person, and they would for sure go.
Oh, so this lady is like a psychic or something. She's pissed off that the black people will go to botanicas. That's her beef with the botanicas. It's some kind of racist kind of.
Yeah, and drop a lot of money, which is true because I saw that firsthand of like people who have a problem that's just so bad and they're so desperate for a solution that they're like,
oh yeah,
I want to spend hundreds of dollars on this. And my girl that I was with was like would tell him, you know, you can use like a licorice root and stuff like that, and simple stuff you could get at the grocery store, but people would like basically demand to, no, I want to buy this for $100, and like people would demand to pay high money.
yeah. I got some shit from this botanica You know, I think I've told you about how I used to self-publish comic books when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
So when I was a kid, I had seen in Fact Sheet 5 there was some voodoo magazine, I thought, and I wrote him a letter and I sent him my comic book and I said I wanted to trade publications with them, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was a place called Papa Jim's out of San Antonio, Texas, and I was in Indiana at the time. So I get this thing back from them, and they're like, "Oh, we like your comics. You know, here's our publication or whatever, right?" And it's this catalog of like voodoo shit, and I'm looking in there, and you can like buy wolf hearts from them, like real fucking wolf
Wow.
hearts, bat hearts, voodoo fucking dolls, just everything you could fucking possibly imagine. Stay hard pills, you know, make your friend not be able to get a hard on pills, you know, like some guy you hate. You know, like everything you can fucking, you know, scratch off a lottery ticket, like charms that you can fucking buy that you wear around your wrist when you're buying the scratch off tickets and like all kinds of fucked up shit. So I would always send them whenever I had a new comic, I would always send it to them. And they would send me like more like voodoo shit in the fucking mail. And they were even like writing me, like telling me how much they liked my stuff and everything.
Wow.
So when I got married, I happened to get married to somebody from San Antonio. That's how my life worked out. Maybe Papa Jim put a curse on me back in the fucking day.
Yeah.
So it popped in my head. I was like Papa Jim, you know, because I used to correspond with them and they had all that voodoo shit. So we looked it up and I went over there and I was hanging out with them and I was looking at their fucking store and it was just so fucking badass, dude. You know, this fucking store was
Wow.
so badass. It was in a very bad area of San Antonio, you know. And
Wow.
I would see people coming in there, like the entire clientele didn't look like they had a pot to piss in, man. And I'm pretty sure they didn't. But they were spending like hundreds of dollars on these like
Yeah.
trinkets and charms, like every dime they had. And probably the rest was going to lotto tickets or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't think they make enough money to pay all their bills. So instead of paying anything, they just go buy Botanica shit and pray and hope things get better. You know?
Yeah. In that movie I made, there was a scene where I was told I had to feed 2 white cats before the curse would be broken. And I've only fed 1 white cat.
You got to do a second one. You got a black cat though, right?
Yeah, I feed 2 black cats, but he told me I needed to feed 2 white cats.
I don't even
And
see white cats
I only
hardly.
fed 1 white cat.
Does it have to be a complete white cat?
Um
Because I mean, I don't hardly see any complete white cats that often.
yeah, I had one come to my house and ask for food, and
Damn.
I fed him. But then the second what I was supposed to do was go to the grocery store, buy a big bag of food, and take it to the shelter and donate it. That would have covered it. But for some
Uh,
reason, I never got around to it.
mm. Let me see here. Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide.
Right on. I love that song. I think somebody should. I think Chris Dryer's wanting to do karaoke.
Hey man, call up if you want to. We can do it. I don't know why, but for some reason on StreamYard, if I play karaoke, like it would be delayed for you.
Oh, I've had that happen before.
Yeah, and then but like if I don't know. I guess we would all have to like karaoke. We'd all have to be on StreamYard and like play our own karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke has earned my channel some cash before, and I love it.
Oh yeah, Mormo boner pills, man. I bet that
Yeah,
would be. I mean, I would bet that would be lighting up the botanicas around the country.
for
We need
sure.
to let's like try to figure out a Mormo product exclusively for botanicas, and see if we can. And we'll target botanicas and see if we can get them to buy whatever this product is. But I don't know what it would be.
Probably some kind of make money charm or something. I could do magic art cards.
Sorry to interrupt, but JJ does have a live scheduled on 28 minutes.
Right on.
Is it just scheduled, or have you actually verified that with him? Because I was like waiting for him one night. He didn't show up for his scheduled. Because he said like earlier today he wasn't going to be on for 2 more days or something.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
Tell my man he can come by my house. I have a white cat named Boo. All right, yeah, that's Victor. He's been watching the morning show there. Victor Von Derp. He's got a white cat.
On. Yeah, bro. Hook up with me and I'll PayPal you some money to go pick him up some food.
Mormo's very serious about this, man. He's fucking tired of the bullshit. Get him a fucking white cat, pronto.
Yeah.
I am talking about the source of all magic.
Right on.
The delay is caused because the host needs to host the music. No, I did host the music. Well, I don't know. I was working with Minnie Manson, right? So I would play it, and it would be fine. And then when he would hear it, it would be delayed, but we were talking to each other in real time.
Yeah, I've ran into that issue before.
The Rainbow Connection talks about the source of all magic and curses. Would you want to do do you want to do a song, Mormo? Do you feel like doing one?
Give me maybe if I had some requests.
Guys, got any requests for Mormo? Oh, I see. I mean, I could try to play it here and see if it works, but I feel like if Mormo played it himself, because he can like put I can like take a video that he puts in there, can't I? Or it'd probably be better.
Yeah, it says I can share screen.
Oh, that's a good idea. He says, tell you what, I want to donate to Grady. You toss him some shekels for me, and I'll consider that payment for cat food.
All right, we can make that happen.
If any of you guys, want, if any of you guys want to feed some cats, toss me some money.
For sure.
Mormo's going to toss me some money. Whatever cat you want fed. As long as it's a white cat, which to me sounds a little racist, but I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah, my cat is racist. He-Man is racist. He went nuts when he saw that white cat in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have a black dog, and he was like totally black. He was like so black you couldn't even see his face, man. I felt sorry for him.
Oh wow.
And if you got really close to him, he was like super cute. But if you were far away from him, he just looked like a black figure of a dog, like running around like a shadow,
Oh wow.
And I felt like because of that, black dogs, you can't see their features, you can't see their expressions very well. I think they kind of get shit on. Like people don't ever take the black dogs at the shelters and stuff. When you go to the shelters, it's like full of black dogs.
Yeah, it's like the same with cats.
And I don't really think it's the color per se, I mean, it just kind of seems that way, I think. But because I understand, like when I had my dog, it was frustrating sometimes because he'd be like looking at me over in the corner, and I couldn't even see his face or anything, man. It was weird.
Right on. Okay, here I'll do a song real quick. Is that all right?
Yeah, cool.
Let me look it up real quick. I'm gonna close Facebook.
You're gonna do some Paul Williams?
I've never sang the song before.
I love Phantom of the Paradise. If you haven't seen it, check that out. I think it's on Tubi, by the way. I could be wrong. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind promoting Tubi because like no one watches that. It seems like it's fucking badass, dude. We have to get the word out there. I feel like once the word gets out, though, that's when they'll switch it up and fuck it all up.
Yeah. Yeah, Tubi is awesome. They have everything. Like
I heard you were doing pretty well with your Tubi reviews.
I was doing pretty good with Tubi reviews.
I really,
I,
I feel
I,
like
I
if
never
you,
I never know how to find the best stuff on Tubi is my only problem.
I
Like,
feel like if you did like mainstream stuff on Tubi, it would probably go gangbusters. I don't think like most people are looking for like the weirdo movies like I like, but they are looking for like the more mainstream Academy Award winning type shit, which Tubi's got a lot of shit on there like that, you know?
yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna try and share screen real quick.
All right.
Is it sharing? Oh, it might take a minute. Or you might have to promote it. Right on. Here we go. Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I want to say. You know, I like my girls a little bit older. I just want to use your love tonight. I don't want to lose your love tonight. I ain't got many friends left to talk to. Nowhere to run when I'm in trouble. You know I'd do anything for you. Stay the night but keep it undercover. I just want to use your love tonight. Whoa. I don't want to lose your love tonight.
Let's go.
Yeah. Try to stop my hands from shaking. Cause something in my mind's not making sense. Been a while since we were all alone. I can't hide the way I'm feeling. As you're leaving, please would you close the door? And don't forget what I told you. Because you're right, that don't mean I'm wrong. Another shoulder to cry upon. I just want to use your love tonight. Yeah, I don't want to lose your love tonight. Yeah. I just want to use your love tonight. I don't want to lose your love tonight. Your love. Oh, I don't want to lose. I don't wanna lose your love, your love, your love.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Hell yes.
thank you.
All right. Well, I'm going to do one, I guess, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Hmm.
You're gonna get copyright slapped, but
You think so?
Somebody will make a couple pennies off of this video is what'll happen. Like the copyright owner will put ads on your video.
Oh, that's cool. That's okay. I mean, I had a warning one time from playing copyrighted material that I could have uploaded live. And now I've got a permanent warning, and if I get another one for the live, I could face a week suspension or something. I don't know.
Oh, damn.
But
I do karaoke pretty often. Sometimes I don't get a warning or anything.
Yeah, me too. Like 45 Grave stuff, I play a lot of their stuff because it's like none of it shows up on the copyright stuff, at all.
Oh, cool.
Let me see here. All right, I'm gonna do Oasis.
Right on.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play? You said that you'd never be, but all the things that you've seen slowly fade away. So I started a revolution from my bed. 'Cause you said the brains I had went to my head. Step outside, summertime's in bloom. Stand up beside the fireplace. Take that look from off your face. You ain't ever gonna burn my heart out. And softly can wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by. Her soul slides away, but don't look back in anger. I heard you say. Take me to the place where you go, where nobody knows if it's night or day. Please don't put your life in the hands of a rock and roll band. So throw it all away.
Yeah.
Gonna start a revolution from my bed. 'Cause you said the brains I had went to my head. Step outside, the summertime's in bloom. Stand up beside the fireplace. That look from off your face. You ain't ever gonna burn my heart out. So Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by. My soul slides away, but don't look back in anger. I heard you say. Noel Gallagher sang this one, not Liam.
Sounds good, man. Great job.
So Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by. The soul slides away. Don't look back in anger, I heard you say. So sneaking away. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by. My soul slides away. But don't look back in anger. Don't look back in anger. I heard you say. At least not today. All right. So that was me and Mormo's concert for tonight.
Yeah, awesome, dude. I'm
Getting
surprised
on.
no one else has called in yet.
Yeah, we've got a link up there if anyone wants to call in. That kind of blew my throat out a little bit.
Yeah, I bet.
I lost my voice this morning because I was talking for like 3.5 hours. So my voice is all right because I'm usually I guess I don't talk like 3 hours straight, normally.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
good experience, man.
Thank you, Chris Dreyer. That's right, I am at war. And check this out, John B. I stole your Alice Dagoon. Check this out. And by the way, if anybody wants this, if you want to drop this around the DP chat rooms and stuff like that, be my guest. But check it out. So you got Ben up there at the top, and you got Billy. And then that's their third Patreon guest, the guy that pays $100 per show just to call in and hang out with them. The Conehead guy named Magicus. So yeah. Fuck drunken peasants.
Oh, wow.
Dude, when I looked up Alice Dagoon, I was laughing my ass off, man. He looks exactly like Alice Dagoon. Hey, if JJ actually starts up, let us know, man. I would like go over there,
Yeah, we'll just do a train over to JJ's stream.
Yeah. But I have a feeling he's not going to be there because he just posted a video a couple hours ago saying he wasn't going to be around for 2 days. Dude, no fucking joke, man. I mean, I could go into it, but it would take so fucking long. It would just take so long to go into it and explain. This guy's got it coming, dude. For real. When it comes to me.
He was just like talking trash, right?
He was talking trash, making claims about me that were not true, and then when I tried to correct him, he deleted all my comments and acted like he was basically so right that I was a scared pussy, wouldn't even come challenge him,
Oh, wow.
So fuck him, dude. You know what I mean? That's the kind of guy that guy is. He fucking bans people nonstop because he's a scared fucking pussy. But you can come in there and tee off on Billy all fucking night long. He laughs about it.
Is Bong Man part of Drunken Peasants?
I don't think so. Maybe he was. I don't know.
I don't know.
I have some Drunken Peasants guys that come in here sometimes, like Mitch DC is one.
Right on.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but I do know that there's another guy who I'm not going to bring up his name because he's in the same situation as me, but he's friends with Shabisky and that Pimp Monk guy. And I guess Ben goes after his ass too. Like I don't know. I feel like there is something to be said about that, but no one's trying to steal anybody from anybody,
Well, Grady, I'm totally glad I got to do part of this magic.
Yeah, me too,
with
man.
you, man.
Thank you for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Have a great night.
All right, man. Take it easy. Now, is he taking off because JJ come on or something? If JJ come on, let me know. I want to go watch it. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't really care. They have some fans and stuff that, are cool to me, They like me. They support me. So it's like I don't have like, like I have complete hatred for the whole community or anything. I'm just saying this one fucking dude's got a fucking problem with me and he's like the main guy. So they, all these like little followers like to take his cue and try to fuck with me. Yeah, he's not like us at all. He's a guy that, he was working at a call center and he was doing like a Google Hangout. I mean, could you imagine? You remember when the Google Hangout? I mean, I was doing battle cam. I was being aired across LA. I was doing Sky TV in the mornings and shit. I mean, this guy was like working at Goodwill, doing a Google Hangout, Stern fan chat. I mean, give me a fucking break, dude. Suck my dick, dude. You talentless fuck. All right, Victor. Thanks for catching the late show, man. I really appreciate it. I'm probably going to go up here in a few anyway, too. I mean, I only wanted to do maybe like an hour or two. I think at the longest I want Night Freaks going is 2 hours, and it'll probably depend on if we got enough telephone calls going or shit like that. I'm just hoping. So far, every time I do a live, I lose subs. I'm hoping to get that trend reversed. The people are telling me that they're not liking this. Somehow, like through the numbers. So I'm gonna keep trying. I've committed to the next 5 days. I'm gonna try to do a morning and a evening show and just see where we're at that point. Hopefully something will catch on. I might try to go around do some of these call-in shows to try to promote my own show. Because I'm not very well known. And like I said, most people that subscribe to me don't even watch my live shows. Like I look at the numbers, and I get decent numbers, and I get a decent amount of interaction with the chat room. But like it'll say like only like 15% of my viewers like subscribe to me. So like the subscribers, I guess they like the interviews and stuff. They don't really care too much about me. But there's really no reason to like know much about me. So I have to like build this. I have to like get people more familiar with me, get them used to watching me. But if you're going to go to bed right now, I beg of you, okay? If you're going to go to sleep anyway, and you're going to be just watching something, and you didn't watch it already, go watch the morning. Just go play the morning show from today. And go to sleep to it, please. And just like sleep as it auto plays Grady George all night long, That would be that would be like a really great treat for Grady George as I'm sitting here like working on the morning show tonight. Did you see Nana Pips was at the jail Pablo Escobar built today? Great content. No, I didn't see that. I really like Nana Pips. She's really cool. She has, I mean, I don't know. I like how she's doing things, I didn't think she would be able to do it, but she's doing pretty good. And it's not because of her. It's just that, to me, it's like anybody is going to have a hard time getting an audience right off the bat, Do you see Kino Lorber is putting out the two Lash LaRue horror films from the 80s? Oh, really? I would be interested in that. I'm kind of trying to, like, get out of collecting, I mean, there's so many movies I could be watching for free, and I keep wanting to buy these things that are coming out, Like I wanted to get that what was that Black Emmanuel box set for like $300 from Severin, and I probably wouldn't even watch that. I might watch the first disc or something. That's how I am. I got that one box set from Severin. The guy that I know his name. Now I've been looking up about Alzheimer's. They tell me that like just being unable to remember other people's names is like natural. Like forgetting your own name is like the sign for Alzheimer's. So I'm hoping that that's not happening. But that guy that made all those movies, and then when he was old, his like handyman like killed him and buried him under a hot tub. That guy. I bought that box set. And it's worth a lot of money, too. But I only watched, like, one video out of that. and it was like $300 or something. Yeah, I'm really, I watched that Gigi Allen hated video again, and I'd already seen it like 50 fucking times when I did that Tubi video. But there's a scene where he's in the motel in New York City, and he's just got like a brown paper sack, and he's like, everything I own's in that bag, man. And I was like, man, I wish everything I owned was in a fucking bag, because he's saying like that's the only way to move. You can just go here and there and do whatever, and it is kind of true. Your possessions bind you. I heard I read a story about how like Henry Rollins got called by Rick Rubin back in the day to do an album. So, and this is actually I think is what got Henry Rollins' roommate killed, because Rick Rubin came over to his house. And, Rollins was living in the ghetto, and Rick Rubin came there in like a Bentley or something. So the people saw this fancy ass car outside, and then later on they robbed him and they killed his friend. And Henry Rollins ran out the back door like a bitch. No, I would be running too, right? But I'm just saying, he was very he literally just like took off running and left that guy standing there to get fucking executed. It's very possible if he had not reacted that way, no one would have got shot. They would have just took your shit. But Rollins was already 2 miles down the street, so they just went ahead and shot that guy. Who was not as physically as quick as Henry Rollins. But anyway, I guess Rollins had to go over to Rick Rubin's house one day, right? He lived in this big mansion. They go over there, and Rick Rubin has no furniture or anything. He's just like sitting on a pad on the floor. And he starts talking about how he realized all his possessions were like destroying him. I think that guy's still like that. And I think that other dude too, Russell Simmons, is kind of like that. Hmm. Yeah, Al Adamson. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I know the name. I saw there's a chick from Australia named Baby Allen, and she's a girl, and she's dressed like Gigi Allen, and she does the whole thing, and she's got like a little pee like taped to her vagina. What do you mean by G7? I almost got in a fight with Henry Rollins once, dude. When I was a kid, I had his home number because he used to put it in his like cassettes, tapes he sold and shit. You could like just call him up and like get him to fucking send you. But usually it was just like an answering machine message. You had to leave a message. He would call you back. But me and my friend would just like call the number like all day long. He would just leave these horrible messages, and he would like occasionally would just like pick it up in a rage and start fucking going crazy on us. Not much you can do against a gun. No, not unless you have another gun. That's why everybody should have a gun. I feel like that's the equalizer, right? And what I'm talking about is from the perspective of gays and women as well. These are people that don't feel safe and are targeted a lot, sometimes for crimes. I think if every gay and female would buy a gun and go learn how to use it properly to where they no longer have any fear of it, I think that would change society much quicker than any protest. You know what I mean? Is he short? I know Danzig's short. I mean, Danzig. I've literally met Danzig a few times, and he only comes up to my armpit. And when he came up to my armpit, he was in flat platform boots. I would liken Prince to about the size of I would liken Danzig to about the size of Prince. He looks very big and buff, and he is very defined, but he's like literally the size of Prince, man. And he's got these big stilt boots on that have like 6-inch heels and platform shoes. And let me tell you, he got little man syndrome too, man. That's why he's like that, he's got a very short fuse, man. Oh, is JJ on? That's what they say. I mean, I think he fled the country, right? I think his wife's against him. His wife was only like 15 or 16 when they started dating, and he would take her to like, big premiere. There's pictures of him taking his like 16-year-old girlfriend, that Asian lady, I forget her name. That I would love to see. Like I told Elisa, she should go to the a gun range and learn how. That was when like Diana kept stalking her, and I thought it would be funny if she went down to learn how to use a gun, saying she was like scared of Diana. But I think that they're like, I don't know. I think they're from like New York, and like they just feel like if you have a gun, something bad's gonna happen. Jerry only is tall. I've lived around the block from his cousin and met him many times. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know. I called Russell Simmons. Like when I was a kid, I used to do the Source magazine. I loved Def Jam, and they weren't really that well known, Like I think the Beastie Boy album was out, and that was a huge fucking hit. But other than that, they didn't really have nothing like really hitting, yet. And I called the Def Jam offices, and I don't even know why I called. I think I was looking for. I wanted to buy a Def Jam T-shirt. I didn't know where to find one, so I called them and asked them if they had T-shirts, and the guy that answered told me he was Russell Simmons. Like, and he was wigging out. He couldn't believe some dude from Indiana was calling him in New York City, trying to get a Def Jam T-shirt. Yeah, Kimura Lee Simmons. Alicia's show's falling off, but it's so bad. You know what? I don't agree. I like Alicia's show lately. There's like a hint of desperation there, you know what I mean, that it didn't have before. And I think she's starting to open up to things like sleep streams and stuff like that. I'm not even saying she's desperate. I just know she's got this car. She's got a place to live. This is her only job. I think it's probably wigging her out that she got to make the money somehow. And so it kind of comes across as a little bit more, it's more like a real IRL stream. I've never felt that desperation that you get from the average IRL streams, which to me is part of the entertainment because they're really working for it. They're grinding it out, right? And I've never really gotten that from her, but I'm starting to get that feeling now that she really is grinding. I mean, she's doing like 9-hour streams all night long. And I enjoy the evening time streams too. I enjoy watching her in the evening as opposed to during the day, which I never used to watch her at all. But at night I watch her, and I think it's great. I think Lala's back, and I really like her interaction with Elisa and all that. So I really think it's some of her best stuff, I think the fact that her numbers are down is just because, I don't know, the live streaming game is changing, right? Ice Poseidon's back, that Fousey guy's back. Like, they're all, that was the audience that used to watch all these IRL streamers, I mean, it's getting spread thin now. Suspenders is doing very well. And if you're going to compete, you got to do something like that, I think. This whole idea of just turning your camera on, taking drugs and staring at the wall while a speaker rips on you and you're half baked out of your mind, just ain't going to cut it no more. Yeah, it was definitely like right around there. I think the reason I called him is that there was a Beastie Boys video called "She's on It," and Ad-Rock's wearing this Def Jam shirt, and I just thought it was the baddest ass shirt I ever seen in my fucking life, dude. And I saw in Source magazine, I found where you could call and this was back when the Source magazine was actually, I think it was coming out of Princeton or something. These college students from Princeton were publishing it out of their dorm room, and it would look like a newspaper. It didn't look like a magazine. And I subscribed to it. They would mail it to me in the mail, and I'd buy like freestyle mixtapes from like New York City battle rappers, man. I would have like hundreds of them. And I wish I had all that stuff still, because I bet a lot of that stuff's completely lost today. And that would probably be an awesome collection of samples, dude, because there was some great shit on that stuff, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I want to watch that, but it'd be interesting hearing about it. Lala is boring. No, she's not. I mean, I don't think she's boring. Like, she's one of my, I wish she would do a Grady TV. I haven't really asked her, but I have a feeling she's going to turn me down. But she is kind of weird and, like, gives people second chances a lot. So maybe she'll give me a second chance. I don't know. And if she did a great TV with me, I mean, they're kind of boring and not like, you know, pressing or anything. She can see the other people, you know, so maybe she would agree to it. But I feel like she would have a great story. You know, Lala would lay it out. Like, you know, she's Mother Teresa. She's been like, everybody's been coming down on her since the day she was born, but somehow she perseveres because she's powerful. Yeah, because I was listening to like LL Cool J's radio and shit, and I saw that video. And then right after that, like immediately, like as soon as I heard about the Beastie Boys, I got into all their punk shit because I was already into punk stuff, but I hadn't heard of them as a punk band. So I got the Polywalk Stew EP and Cookie Puss and shit. I was listening to all that fucking shit. Like I love that song Holy Snappers. You can look that up by the Beastie Boys. That's some of their best shit to me. I kind of am to a degree, but you know. Oh yeah, they got the inside the gatefold of License to Ill. I think was shot out there too. That big like globe thing. No, I loved Def Jam back in the day. But listen, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I don't know if JJ's on, but if he's on, I may go check him out. John B, I'm going to be on at 6 a.m. tomorrow, 6 to 9 a.m. I mean, you're probably going to be asleep. But if not, you know, come by and see me. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy. Like, he doesn't give a fuck, you know. He's married to that Kathleen Hanna from Bikini Kill. Oh, he's not on yet? All right, cool. Man, I wish JJ. I want to interview JJ for a Grady TV. And but he for one thing, he can't do the 16:9 video for some reason. His phone's fucked up. And I even went through with him one day, like, you know, to make sure you had rotate on and all that fucking shit. And he did all that, and it still wouldn't work. So I don't know how to help him. And his lighting's very bad too. If he could figure out his lighting and do the 16:9, I would love to do a JJ interview because I have a feeling he has a story to tell. And he doesn't. I mean, a guy that will tell you about how he once molested a wax figure at the wax museum and got fired, likely going to fucking tell you anything, right? So, I mean, I feel like if he's telling us that, the shit we haven't heard about yet, that he's kind of keeping close to the vest, is probably just like mind-blowingly crazy, you know? And yes, John B, I do like the hot seat with Wally George. So I was trying to like, I'm trying to channel a little bit of that. Of course, that's all fake. I mean, if you watch that show, it's like totally fake. Like I first became aware of that show because I'm a Mentors fan, and I used to watch. And by the way, I know the Mentors, like they have, you know, they're for grape rock. No, I'm not for graping people. You know what I mean? They're just like, I mean, dude, it's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? But anyway, they go on Wally George back in the day, and they're acting like they're for real, you know. And this Wally George guy is going fucking nuts. So I started watching this Wally George guy, and apparently he's this dude that's like aired out in LA locally for like a long time. There's a lot of videos, and he's got one where he takes on Anton LaVey, and I'm pretty sure he died after the Anton LaVey one. Like Anton LaVey supposedly say he put a curse on him, and he died like 3 months later. That's where if Wally George, it's like Grady George. If I was Wally George after Anton LaVey interview, my ass would have been down at the Botanica. That's where he fucked up. So I'm kind of like Wally George 2.0, man. Yeah, basically Wally George. It was all fake, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to really. I would like to have a real Wally George, where you're like really taking on these people. But I don't really like most of those people I like. Like if I brought on the Mentors, like it'd be hard for me to take them on because I like them, you know. Like I like El Duce. I've talked to El Duce on the telephone many times. He was very accessible back when I was a kid. It was really it was really weird. Like I would call up El Duce and tell him I'm a 14-year-old boy in Indiana. He would like sit there and talk to me for like hours. If some 14-year-old kid called me up, man, it's like no way in hell. And he's some grape rock fucking guy. So yeah, maybe I was in danger. I don't know, but he seemed cool. He didn't give a fuck. He was cussing his ass off. He was telling me sex stories, all kinds of fucked up shit. Yeah, Wally George versus the Satanists are fucking great. You know. See, what I want to do, and that's kind of like my old character Dente would probably be more better for that. You know, but I want to be like Wally George. You know, I want to be that guy, and I want to get all these like people that I like on the down low actually like, you know, come on here and just start pressing them, you know, like very morally and like see how they react, you know. But I don't know. Maybe I don't want people to actually hate me, because that's when they start coming for you in real life. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the guy El Duce, but that was like way after I ever talked to him. Yeah, that's what I heard, man. That's fucked up. But the other fucked up thing about Rebecca De Mornay was she was like married to or she went out with this guy, and I can't think of his name, but he's a very famous character actor. And he always plays like a very ugly, weird guy, like yokel guy in a town somewhere. And he's cool as fuck. He was like very artsy. I honestly really liked the guy, but I can't think of his name. He's dead now. He died a few years ago, and he was very old. And he was in movies all the way up until he died. But anyway, he was like Rebecca De Mornay's man, like back when she was in like Risky Business and shit, you know, which blew my fucking mind. Because if you look at him back in those days, I mean, he was a creeper, dude, and she was like fresh off the farm, you know. But anyway, guys, we've been going about 120, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good for my first night of doing a dual show. Like I said, if any of you want some more, man, watch Your Mornings Turns to Darkness. It's going to be, and just fall asleep to it, please. They'll give me some numbers, you know. You'll definitely fall asleep to it, believe me. Yeah, Harry Dean Stanton, man, that guy. I like that guy too. I can kind of see why she would want to go out with him, but. Yeah, in her prime, dude. Not like washed up 45-year-old Rebecca De Mornay. I'm talking risky, but like when everybody in the 80s was like jerking off to her, this Harry Dean Stanton had her, man. Like, I couldn't believe it. But anyway, guys, I will see you in the morning. Till then.
Hey man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't think you're a bad person, I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
Security for Mr. George provided by Bond International Security of Anaheim.